So, turns out pinto bean pies are still around, and pickle pie. One challenge. They're closed today. Should have looked that up soon. Let's go on a camping trip. Some people are really good at meal planning. I'm not one of those people. I have more of like the chaotic meal planning approach. So I don't have a lot of meals really planned. Like, yes, some like sausage and some stuff for a dinner, but mostly I just got a bunch of fruit and some yogurt, some bean dip, and I'll have whatever strikes me in the moment. And as long as there's enough calories to cover the whole trip, then I figure we're good. And if I'm being honest, number one source of calories is probably chocolate. Got my clothes, guitar, food and stuff all up at the front. Loading up the garage here. Got all the hiking things, some brand new shoes. I'm excited to try them out. Poles, packs, all the soaps and things in there. But most importantly, in here for any hiking trip is all the Diet Cokes and some treats. So our itinerary is to go to the Sunglow Motel, which is outside of Escalante. My uncle used to be a state park ranger, Uncle Bard. And he was actually in Escalante for many years. But he told my dad about this place, that it was the best pie he's ever had in his life. And the best pie at the best pie place is the pinto bean pie, which I have not had before. And we're gonna have today. So we're gonna get pinto bean pie, and then they also have a pickle pie, which apparently they invented at the Sunglow Motel. And then we're gonna go over Hell's Backbone, which is supposed to be just breathtakingly gorgeous. But there's all these beautiful places in Utah that have been there and I've never visited them. They were like just waiting for me. I guess that's what the van is for, right? All these places that were so close that I never got a chance to sneak away and see. So we've got a holiday weekend to go visit some places that we've never been before. Go taste the pie that my Uncle Bard used to love. And it's crazy this place is still around. My Uncle Bard passed away like 15 years ago. And that little pie place is still there. So I'm so stoked to go get pinto bean pie. So turns out pinto bean pies are still around, and pickle pie. One challenge. They're closed today. Should have looked that up sooner. Then we're gonna go over Hell's Backbone. Tonight, we're gonna try and get to Lower Calf Creek Canyon, which is apparently an amazing 6-mile hike with a beautiful waterfall at the end. Then gonna zoom over to 2 slot canyons, Peekaboo and Spooky and Peekaboo. And then maybe over to Bryce tomorrow night to watch the sunset. It's that part of the road trip where the windshield is getting covered with bugs. Lower Calf Creek. As a consolation prize, it's not pinto bean pie, but it's 7-layer bean dip. It's just as good. Had a few little side quests on the trip so far. No pinto bean pie, which is pretty tragic. There's been a ton of storms that we didn't expect either. So it is really cloudy, and I don't know how much you know about Utah, but slot canyons and rain are a really bad combo. Flash flooding is really quite common around here. So, not sure how that's gonna look. Have you heard of type 2 fun? That's the kind of fun that isn't fun. In the moment, it's not fun. But when you're done, after the suffering or the pain or whatever, after that, you feel really good because you got the thing done. A long hike, long project. There's some satisfaction that comes from it. This is type 2 fun. A lot bigger than I realized. There it is. That's the result of type 2 We got back just in time. It's now getting dark. So maybe should have thought a little bit further ahead, but it was gorgeous. 6 miles, beautiful, 200-foot tall waterfall at the end. So now gonna make some dinner, gonna do some driving. That's where we're gonna sleep. So tomorrow morning we'll be able to get up at 6:30 and hit the trail toward these slot canyons, probably before anybody else. Morning. It's like 6:30. It's like shockingly bright for 6:30. Whoa, sunrise. There it is. We're gonna head over to Peekaboo, Spooky and Peekaboo. It's a 6-ish mile loop with a bunch of slot canyons in it. Super stoked for this. It's gonna take us several hours. I've never been here before, but it's supposed to be amazing. The best breakfast. Seriously, every road trip, this is the same breakfast. Plenty of yogurt, strawberries, blueberries, sometimes it's bananas. We also have Diet Coke. We're gonna do a gear check. Just dropped my allergy pill. Gear check before we head out for hike number 2. So covered a couple 100 miles. Everything's still pretty organized. Somehow along the way, picked up some bones for decoration, I guess. We had about like 20 miles of seriously washboardy. So everything feels sufficiently jiggled. We're now at the trailhead and there's one other car here. We actually covered most of the road last night and slept about 2 miles down the road on an off-road. We just found a cute little place to boondock by a tree. This is one of the big advantages of campervan. One of the biggest advantages of a campervan is you can be the first people at the trailhead and beat the crowds if they're going to be crowds. You can park right at your adventure. One of the things I've really been looking forward to is this little warning sign to tell you that there's a high chance you could get stuck in this thing. This is actually how tight it's going to be in the canyon. Holy crap. That's disturbing. Okay, let's do it. So this is called Spooky. We're not even really in the canyon, the named canyon yet. Spooky and Boo Boo or Peekaboo or whatever. But it's already really cool to be in this giant subway tunnel. The colors change a lot depending on the light. The sun comes down and everything turns really orange. And then the shadowy areas can get kind of blue and purpley. A little while back, there was a cow pie like right in the middle of the canyon. And I was like, how's the cow get in here? Hopefully it doesn't start raining cow pies. It is like a tunnel. If it rains really hard upstream, this can turn into a flash flood area. You can kind of see the remnants of previous flash floods, and that's how this whole canyon was formed. This is more technical than I anticipated. Okay. We've done a bunch of really challenging stuff. That little crack right there. Oh, God. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so apparently we're like halfway done. We're more than halfway done. 1 mile left. Whoa. Unsolicited review here. You could see that there's a lot of contact between body and sandstone. I just bought this REI shirt the other day and it's not snagged at all. Way to go, REI. We found a little camp spot just outside of Bryce Canyon National Park. Can't camp in there without a camp spot, but we're on BLM land, so you can find little developed camp spots, and we found this is like the perfect little spot. And there's a fire pit over here. Hopefully we're not getting dizzy, but I am. Let's take a look at the status of the garage. Still lots of bags hanging up. It honestly has been really great. Like every time we get to a hike, we just toss the bags on there. Mine still has all the water in it. I think hers does as well. There's plenty of space here to toss shoes. I've been keeping my slippers in this spot so that coming in, coming out, I leave my shoes here when I arrive. Drinks are cold all the time. There's like 3 Diet Pepsis left, Diet Cokes. So we've been through a fair amount. And, you know, treasures that you find, interesting things you want to turn into decorations. You've got room to throw it in there. We had our Dometic chairs, folding chairs in there a little bit ago, but we were setting those up around the fire. It's still pretty clean, not a lot of dirt, not a lot of sand. We've done a good job of keeping organized, and there's plenty of space for all of our toys. Sausage. Can you hear that sound? That is the power of magnets. I have no idea how this thing works, but magnets occur. It does something here with the stainless steel, and within like a ridiculously short amount of time, the water is boiling. The end of a day. We've been out, we've been hiking, gotten some good miles, and there's nothing better than a home-cooked meal. I truly believe that things taste more delicious in the van than they do outside. It's so good. I love that. Oh. What did you hear about this one?
Home, we got no plans.